Humans, ladies and gentlemen, humans are visual beings. 2 out of 3 humans are purely visual learners. And 90% of all the information that goes to the brain is visual. On top of that, visuals are processed 60,000 times faster than text. So humans, they make the most decisions based on visual information. And as such, also the best quality of the decisions are based on visuals. We all know the saying, a picture says more than 1,000 words. Just look how difficult it is to describe these 2 beautiful persons by using words. Looking at their faces gives you a much better feeling and impression than reading the words. And the next picture does not need any words at all because it's basically difficult to describe. There is an interesting conflict between the business world and what we need as humans. The business world is more and more data-driven. It is fast changing, real time, and lots of numbers and lots of data. So much that several decades ago we invented the computers to be able to handle all that information. So the missing link is the real-time conversion of all that data into something powerful and visual that humans can use. And once you have these visuals, that then will improve quality of decisions, it will accelerate innovations, and it will give you deep insights that you did not have before. This is especially valid in complex environments. And one of the complex environments I want to share with you is the world of Euramax coated products. Euramax coated products, we are a company applying premium coating on aluminum coils or aluminum sheets. We supply these premium coated aluminum to all kinds of architectural buildings around the world. One of the examples is Ferrari World in Abu Dhabi. This roof is made out of 4 unique layers and is an exact copy of Ferrari Red. You can compare our business to paper mills, but instead of paper, we are using aluminium. Well, and I can show you lots of pictures of stuff that we do. But what we do is we coat uniquely all kinds of systems on that aluminum, and we use all kinds of unique paint systems there. Another example we are currently building is the roof of Kaya. And Kaya stands for the King Abdulaziz International Airport in Jeddah, in Saudi Arabia. Also here in the Netherlands, the tallest building we have in the Netherlands is known the Maas Tower, and the Maas Tower is 21 different colors of gray. And the whole building is built going from the black color of the Maas to the white color of the clouds. Now, as a company, we are in a quite complex environment. We have, year to date, supplied 64 countries in the world, supplied 515 different customers with 6,589 parts and 16,674 order lines. There are endless permutations possible. All kinds of alloys, all kinds of widths, all kinds of thicknesses, all kinds of paint systems, and unlimited colors. So in this environment, we came to the conclusion 2 years ago, we just don't oversee what we're doing. We don't know how to handle all that data. And we started to look around for a company that could help us visualize this information. And we came then across SAS. And we found in SAS a real partner to help us visualize our business and help us make better decisions. And the results are really amazing. And I want to give you 3 examples of things that really happened. Number 1 is on sales. One of the first things we did, we simply plotted our customers on a map. And take an example, Germany. One thing we noticed right away is that our German area sales manager, who would drive from the Netherlands to Austria, you could actually see how he was driving because all his customers were concentrated along the highway. So we concluded, just by looking at the map, hey, we need another area sales manager for the northeast part of Germany. And that's what we did. And as a consequence, we now have more than doubled our business in Germany. The second example is margin management. Since we have so many parameters, we did not really know what is the interaction between these parameters. And we did a data parameter mapping, and we found strong connections, strong interlinks, and weaker ones. And by using that, we were able to accelerate our innovative products because we could find out which products in our innovations are really growing in margin and how we can accelerate these margin growths. We, for instance, moved our pricing strategy from a kilogram-based pricing strategy to a square meter-based pricing strategy. The third example I want to give is about capacity calculation. Right now, we have real-time monitoring of our orders, real-time monitoring of our production output. I could look right now how fast our lines are running, and a real-time monitoring of order book. What we found interesting is, and you can see that here, that depending on the parameter you choose, it has different validity and different value for the users. For instance, if we look at square meters, that is important information for our sales. If we look at, for instance, linear meters, that is essential information for our operations and production. And if you look at kilograms, that's for purchasing. And then finally, euros, that's for me and for our shareholders. And these 3 examples show the power of working with SAS. Now, there are a few conditions to do this successfully. And I would say the number 1 is having a highly transparent culture and make it top-down. When you are considering to implement this, don't be afraid to show the good, the bad, and the ugly. And everybody in the organization should see it and will see it. So that's where it starts, being transparent to each and every one. The second condition is to have reliable data and to have data with very high integrity. We had different data sources, and we learned that not all the data worked well together. And we had to figure out the data and the integrity. And the classical garbage in, garbage out, that is simply something that absolutely applies here. Finally, you need to have clear definitions of your business processes and clear rules. You need to really design and have good discussions about what is important, what rules do apply here, how do we measure certain indicators. One thing I have not mentioned yet, but is something like, don't even start if you don't have it. That is, you need a super expert. You need somebody who understands the systems, who can work with all the systems, but also who understands the business inside out. In our case, that is Peter Weijers. Peter is our super specialist, but who has been with us a long time, who understands what our business needs. That's also very important. So he's not sitting in our IT department, he's in our marketing and sales department, because that's where the rubber meets the road. Just a few weeks ago, I called him and I said, Peter, I have to make a decision on a sub-segment, on some kind of roof system, whether or not we will continue in that business. And he asked me a few questions, and I said, can you make me an analysis? And then by just dragging and dropping, he was able in minutes to create a report. And out of that report, we could clearly see what was going on. And we could make our decision. And that was something that just happened in minutes. Normally you would wait weeks for it. One of the things I really like, and that is recent, is the use of a mobile phone. Key indicators for our business, I can read them online right now on my phone, on an app. So I can see the order intake, I can see the status of orders, the inventory, the actually inventory, the capacity that we have available, and very important, the margins per product family and the margins per customer. And you might wonder, why do you need it? Well, let me give you an example. A few weeks ago, I was actually at a customer in Madrid, in Spain. And the customer said to me, Jan, listen, I have this special project. On that product, I need from you a special price. This is the price I need. Can you give me that price? So what would you do in the old days? You would go back to the office and say, look, I'll analyze it, I'll see what I can do, we'll compare, and we'll get back to you in a few days. What did I do? I went to the bathroom. I pulled up my phone, and I started to look up the margins we were making on that product family. But not just that, I also looked up the margins we were making on some of the other product families, and I picked out the one with the fastest growth. And I went back to the customer and I said, listen, I can agree with the price request that you have, but I need a slight price increase on that other product. And that was a decision within just a few minutes, and it worked out very, very well. So the conclusion out of this is that real-time visualization is connecting us, humans, to the enormous amount of data that is out there. When you execute it well, and when you're not afraid of a transparent culture, it is very powerful. It will give you the power to understand. It will give you the power to be faster. And most important, it will give you the power to make better decisions. And at the end, making better decisions will grow your business. And why? Because we're all human beings. And we make better decisions when we see. Thank you.